What's up, witches? It's Luna, the Zen Witch, here with a chart reading for the new moon coming up on March 13th, 2021. This happens at 5:21 a.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. So here we have the chart, and I've given you the fancy page. It's called the beginner's page, so you can see what's going on down here. We have an equal emphasis on air and water, so this is the intellect and the emotional working together. But look down here. Do you see this low bar on cardinal and the strong mutability? This is time for wrapping things up, and it's perfect because we're in the sign of Pisces now, the last sign in the astrological calendar, getting ready to kick off the new calendar at the spring equinox. So that strong emphasis on mutability, which, you know, the mutable signs wrap up the seasons, and like the cadent houses wrap up the quadrants in a chart, this is endings time. So it's time to kind of look back over where you've come from and let that be the context that you decide, you know, what to work on, is what you're wrapping up. What is it time to go away? What has come to fruition? And then looking forward to planning for the new beginning at the equinox. So knowing this is a new moon, of course, it's all about beginnings. So let's look at the specific chart here, and we see this nice wad in Pisces, 4 planets in Pisces in a pretty tight configuration. Venus at 19, Neptune at 20, there's an exact conjunction there, and then the Moon-Sun conjunction at 23 degrees, so a tight 4 degrees here. This definitely is considered a stellium, and I'm going to, since we've got the Sun and Moon at one end, I'm definitely going to give it the stellium, even though with transits we usually talk about only a 2-degree orb, but this is a potent one. So we've got a massive stellium in Pisces. Pisces energy is about endings. It's about unity. It's dissolving boundaries. So the ruler of all of these planets in Pisces is Neptune. Neptune, which is sitting in Pisces. Very watery chart here. So about endings, about dissolution, about sacrifice, surrender, escape. So let's look at the Neptune-Venus conjunction here, making it a really strong pull to escape into sensual pleasures and things that really bring us an escape, like alcohol and drugs and things that aren't that socially acceptable. So we need to be very aware of this. We've got that Venus, well, they give it a square. It's wide by transit, but in this chart it shows Venus squaring the North Node, saying that if we indulge too much, if we indulge with the eye to escape into those sensual pleasures, it definitely does not take us forward. North Node being the karmic path forward. So what's the alternative here? Well, the Venus-Neptune conjunction in Pisces gives us such subtle sensitivity to these subtler energies, to art, to inspiration. We can definitely be open to receive inspiration from spirit here. Pisces also ruling the spiritual pursuits. So for your ritual work, just with this configuration here, trance work is going to be super, super easy. This is a great time to work on the foundational belief systems, because Pisces rules your belief systems, the things that are in your unconscious mind. So when you're doing your ritual work and looking at what to kick off, pardon me, definitely taking yourself into trance state and maybe doing some rhythmic, repetitive affirmations, doing spell work where you're tranced and, like, you know, dancing or rocking and repeating a mantra or an affirmation or just a series of keywords in a rhythmic way to some drumming music. Perfect way to install new belief systems in your subconscious mind. That's certainly what I'm going to be doing. Let's look at what else is going on here. We've got You know, we have an equal weight of air in this chart, so you're definitely going to want to appeal to the intellect as well, which is why I'm talking about doing something verbal. You would certainly want to be visualizing with all this Neptune energy, very easy to visualize, but you want to do something verbal too that pulls in the logical mind with all that weight in air. Okay, let's come up to Pluto here and see that Pluto is making a sextile to this new moon, a little wide, but we'll give it. That's the planet of transformation. So it's very easy. Sextiles bring opportunity. This new moon is the opportunity to radically restructure and transform our unconscious belief systems. Yay, great for spell work. Let's go to Saturn here. We've got Saturn trining Mars. Wow, is that ever a lot of energy that is just completely useful. Saturn is structure, Mars is motivation. You might find yourself with Saturn in Aquarius and Mars in Gemini wanting change and variety. Don't be surprised if you find yourself just going, okay, how can I change everything in my home? How can I restructure everything? It's good energy. It will be easy to restructure things. It will be easy to change. And with all that Piscean energy too, definitely easy to change. That's that strong mutability. So maybe some things that have been resistant to change up till now, this new moon will bring you an opportunity to really change and restructure. Okay, what else have we got here? Saturn is also squaring Uranus. So, this can talk about something that is really creating an issue for you, something that needs to be changed and updated, and it's not going to let you let it go. That's the difference between the square and the trine. The trine is available for us to use, but it has to be a choice. The square is coming for us. So what's coming for us here is Uranus and Taurus saying something needs to be updated in a practical way. Something new needs to be instituted in a practical, physical way, and squaring Saturn just says we're not going to get off the hook unless we do it. We're going to feel the tension of that need to restructure. And with Uranus ruling Saturn, and Saturn in its old rulership of Aquarius, that is available to us. We can do that. We're not going to be pushing the river to do this. It's just that we're going to be goaded into action by the square. Okay, let's see what else we got. I think that's kind of it, y'all. But all of that Neptunian energy, all of that Piscean energy, I want to give you a key phrase here that applies to anything Piscean and Neptunian, and that is serve or suffer. So while you are doing this deep trance work and looking at restructuring belief systems for your personal life, look at what work you can do in order to serve the greater good. Make sure when you're done with the work that you're doing personally, you have a time of dedication, of throwing that energy out to the universe, to your fellow beings, to the planet, so that it can be of service beyond your own personal life. Please take advantage of that, because remember the or suffer part. Anybody that's got a lot of Neptunian energy in their house, that is a focalized Neptune, Sun in Pisces, Moon in Pisces, Pisces rising, or Neptune involved with your lights or your angles, knows this dance, that when we get selfish and we start working only on ourselves, things really bog down and our unconscious mind comes to get us. So that serve or suffer just really puts you into the mode of, I don't have a choice but to offer what I have, to offer my gifts in service. When I do, I am in bliss. Remember that. So what's the opposite of suffering? It's offering up, and then that gives you union with bliss. Okay? And rather than thinking of sacrifice, sacrifice kind of has the vibe of something's being taken from us. To me, sacrifice just means don't expect a reward. But when it's service, rather than sacrifice, we do have that reward of knowing that we are serving the greater good and we're bringing some benefit by our actions. All right, gang, that's all I got for you. I want to mention one more thing. This lack of cardinal energy says it's not time to start something new. So this is a new moon where we kick off things new, but we want to look at it in terms of restructuring the old, purging out the old, making a clean. This is prepping your garden, cleaning out the old detritus from last year's garden, the things that need to go into the compost pile, and prepping the ground for the new start at the equinox. All right, hope you got a lot out of that. If you did, please hit that donate button, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I will see you next time. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.